Hey student, I am teacher Prix and I'm going to help you talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. Well, it is Thursday night, maybe morning for you, and I am here tonight to have a more casual hangout with you guys. A more casual live lesson. Right now I am live on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Instagram. Hey guys, what's up? Tell me who you are and where you're from. Tonight I'm going to be talking a little bit about my international experience. I lived in Boston, Massachusetts, in the United States for 2 years. So I'm going to be telling you a little bit about my experience while I lived there, some problems that I had, some challenges. I will also answer some questions regarding do I learn English abroad or can I learn English from my home? What was my English like when I went to Boston? Before going to Boston, what was my English like? What was my study routine like? What did I learn in Boston? A little bit about the American culture and things that I did there, my everyday life, my routine. Because I imagine that many of you would like to travel abroad someday or enjoy the experience. That is true, Nancy. Today is Thanksgiving, and Americans celebrate Thanksgiving. It's a very special holiday for Americans, and tomorrow is Black Friday, so it's weird. On one day they're like, yes, thank you, and the next they're like shopping. So it is really a very interesting culture. If you don't know me very well, I'm always here on YouTube making different kinds of English lessons to help students achieve one thing: speaking English, so that they can talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime. When you understand what fluency is, you become able to talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime. There's a process that you need to follow. English doesn't have to be complicated, and that's my mission here on my channel. As usual, during live lessons, I like to know who you are, so make sure to post here in the comments your name, where you're from. I really like to know where you guys are watching me from. It's really special to see so many different people from so many different places joining me tonight. Now, guys, why Boston? I think that when you're choosing a place to go, and maybe you want to go because you want to study, maybe because you want to work, maybe because you want to break free. I want to break free. I don't know what your reason is, but it's important to choose really wisely where you want to go, okay? And sometimes for some people, the choice is connected with money. Oh, I can pay, I can afford going to this place, so that's where I'm going. So make sure to always research about the place you want to go, okay? So if you want to go to America, why do you want to go there? Okay, so really understand why you want to go. And I say this based on my experience. Boston was not my first choice. United States was not my first choice. My first choice was England. I wanted to go to England so bad, but at the time, I think it was, well, when I decided that I was going to travel, I was about 19 years old. 19. I'm older today. Anyway. And at the time when I decided I wanted to go to England, then I went to a travel agency and I had to adjust my reality. England was too expensive. I couldn't afford going to England, even if I pay for a trip in England. That's when I started to really wonder, okay, I can't go to London. What do I do? What is my second best option? So when you're deciding to go abroad, I imagine you have your priority: London, Australia, Toronto in Canada. But always have a second choice, because you never know what an amazing experience you may have with your second choice. Today, I am absolutely in love with America. Okay, I think that it's absolutely one of my favorite places in the world. I've been to London. I went to England. And I cannot say that it was amazing. I had some problems in England. I had some problems in Italy. I had some problems in Spain. I think everywhere I go, I have problems. And I am gonna share some of them, not all of them, because some of them are private, but I'll share some stories with you guys. So when you're deciding to go abroad, always have this in mind. Okay, I have my number one place that I would love going to, and then I have my second place, which is okay, and I'll be happy there. I'll be happy there as well, because going to a place means that you're going to get in contact with the culture, with the people, with the history. It's not just the language. It's not just Mickey, at Disney. It's not just Times Square in New York. You are going to be next to, close to the reality of the people you're going to in that particular country. So therefore, it is important to become familiarized with the place you're going to. And simply watching movies, like Hollywood movies, you may not have really a clear picture of what a country is like based on the movies, okay? Here in Brazil, there are many movies that happen in Rio de Janeiro. I went to Rio de Janeiro, and I didn't get the movie experience. Okay, why? Because it's a movie. Everything is perfect in the movie. Now, is Rio nice? Yes, absolutely. Rio de Janeiro is very nice. But in movies, we get a different picture. We get a very romantic way, a romantic view of the place and the environment. So whenever you watch movies about America, always remember that it may be a little bit more than it actually is. Okay? Not saying it's bad. I love America. But movies are movies. They are supposed to help you play with your imagination. They are supposed to make you desire things, okay? Make you wish for that thing and making you want to go there. That's what movies are for. They are there to make you, to intrigue your imagination. And they do a very good job. But it's important to get back to reality and realize that the reality is a little bit different. Therefore, when you plan a vacation or an international trip, it's important that you understand that, okay? The place may be different from what you expected. And this happened to me in London. I had this completely different picture of what London would be like. And on my first day in London, I was like, oh boy, I was not excited. I enjoyed my trip, but I didn't click. I didn't connect with the London style. Now, would I go back? Absolutely. It's a beautiful place. I loved many aspects of London, but I clicked way more with Boston. Boston is in my heart. I would live in Boston for the rest of my life. So getting back to the point, why Boston? I decided to go to Boston when I realized that London would be out of the picture. So I started to do more research about the United States. And I was already a teacher, okay? So if you think that, oh, she learned English in the United States, well, I improved my English, but I was already a teacher before going to Boston. So by the time I went to Boston, I was already a teacher. I even helped people in Boston with my English, with my teaching skills. So when I went there, I was already a teacher. So I really wanted to choose a good place to go because I had a goal in mind. I wanted to take a course, to take different courses to improve my teaching skills. So it was important to me to pick a place that would help me improve my career as a teacher. So I picked Boston because I started reading about the United States. I was interested in some cities, but the one that really spoke to me was Boston. And at the time, I decided, what did I decide? I don't remember. Oh, what did I decide? Oh, yes. Okay, I had many interviews. Oh, yes, I remembered. Going to Boston was not that simple to me because when you travel abroad, you have some options. You can go as a tourist. Okay, you can stay a week, you can stay 2 weeks, you can stay 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month, 6 months. It depends on how much money you have. You can go as a student, really nice. Depending on the visa you have as a student, you may need to go to college or university, or depending on the student visa, you may just go there to study English. It really depends on the kind of visa you have. And you have different programs. I did the au pair program. Do you know what au pair means? Tell me here in the chat. Hashtag yes or hashtag no. Do you know what the au pair program is? Actually, for the young girls watching me, au pair is actually a very nice program. If you are between 18 to 28 years old, you can apply for this program, the au pair. When I decided to travel abroad, au pair, you don't know what au pair is, Sylvia? Okay, Elisabetta knows what au pair is. What else, guys? Do you know what au pair is? Tell me here, hashtag yes or hashtag no. People on Facebook as well. Tell me if you know what au pair is. Hisha, why did I pick Boston to improve my career? Because of Harvard. I went to Harvard. I was able to attend classes at Harvard. But I will get into more details as I go on this live. Okay, Giuliani doesn't know. Adelaide tried once. Okay, interesting. Now, the au pair program is basically, in a nutshell, it's a babysitting program. Okay, again, they romanticize the program. You live with an American family, then you take care of their kids. You work as a babysitter, but you live with the family. You get a weekly salary that is more like pocket money, but it was very good to me, okay? And I work as a babysitter. I live with an American family for at least 1 year. Okay, 1 year. So I lived with an American family for 2 years. Okay, I stayed in the United States for 2 years. So that's how I went to Boston. Was it the program I wanted the most? No, it wasn't. But it was the cheapest program I could pay for. Okay, so it's and I am very grateful, very, very, very grateful, because it was a program that I could afford, that allowed me to take many different courses in the United States, go to Harvard, have an incredible experience abroad. So definitely a wonderful experience. Okay, difficult, challenging, but wonderful experience. So I decided to go, and then I applied for the au pair program. Did I have experience with kids? Yes, I was an English teacher, and my first students were kids. I'm teacher kids. I am teacher kids, and I help kids learn to speak kids. No, guys, but seriously, I was an English teacher for kids. My first students were kids, like 4, 5-year-old children. Then I went up the career ladder, and I started teaching adults and teenagers. But my first students were children. So I had some experience. I also did volunteer work at my church at the time. So I worked a lot with kids at church as a teacher. So I had experience with children, you know. So it wasn't a problem for me to work as an au pair. Tell me, do you like kids? Tell me here, do you like kids? Yes or no? Tell me here in the chat. If you like kids, hashtag yes. If you don't like kids, hashtag no. So I went to the United States when I was 21 years old. Many years ago. I am old. So that's when I went to the US, and I stayed there for 2 years, okay? So Faraz says she likes, or he likes, children. Okay, Carlene, yes, excellent. Let's see who else likes children. Not many people, I think. Hisham likes children. Ava, okay. Ooh, Ayub likes children. Reese does not like children. Oh my goodness, it's okay. It happens, you know, it's not everybody's cup of tea, I guess. Okay, Giuliani likes children. You have like two children, Giuliani? Two or three? I don't remember because you talked to me about your kids. Not always. That's my answer. Not always. I agree with you. So I lived with an American family. As I told you, I had experience. So at 21, I was picked by a family and I went to the US. And guys, let me tell you one interesting fact. When you go to a program like this, you have to apply. You fill up a form at an agency, and then you have to wait for a family to pick you, to choose you. Oh, I like Priscilla. I will choose her. And look at how interesting. Even though I was a fluent English speaker, even though I was a teacher, even though I had experience with children, I waited for nearly a year to find a family, to make my dream of traveling abroad come true. So guys, sometimes we need to keep preparing ourselves, because at that time it was difficult for me. I was the perfect candidate. I was sweet. I spoke English. I had experience, but nobody wanted me. So what? Give up? Not prepare myself? Not continue studying, preparing myself? And sometimes we think about that in our English journey. Oh, I haven't gotten a job yet. Oh, I haven't traveled yet. Oh, I don't know. Nothing's happening in my future. I don't see any possibility in my future. So I will stop for some time. Maybe it's not for me. No, you have to keep working because you never know when the opportunity will knock. Then when I got to America, the other girls told me, oh, you were lucky because you speak English, so you got a family fast. And I was like, sweetie, let me tell you a story. It took me forever and a day. That's an expression, okay? It took me forever and a day to find a family. And I was the perfect candidate. It's not about perfection. Okay, guys, there's no such thing as perfection. Sometimes we wait for an opportunity to try to get a better job in English because we think we're not perfect. We're not there yet. And you miss incredible opportunities. So think about that, okay? Rodrigo, no invitations for WhatsApp groups here. I removed these posts and comments, okay? Because YouTube doesn't really enjoy that kind of posting, and I'm the one that gets punished. Anyway, I will tell you a little bit how you can apply. It depends on the country, but anywho, and I found a family, okay? My first family, actually, well, I had 3 families. And in English, when we're talking about that, we say host family, okay? So they are not my real family. They are my host family. My American father was my host father, and the mother was my host mother, okay? And I took care of their little kids, 2 kids. But the first family I got a match with was from Tennessee. And I was not happy about going to Tennessee, really. And even though the family was very nice, I was like, Tennessee, Elvis Presley, that's not my thing. I like Elvis Presley though. But going to Tennessee was not really my thing. And I didn't really like the accent from Tennessee. See how important it is to check? You need to connect with the culture. And I knew that the accent was different. I didn't want that accent for me. There was like, no, thanks. So Tennessee, no, okay? Then I got my second family and then I went to Boston. Actually, near Boston, like 40 minutes from Boston. I lived in the suburbs. With this family, I lived in the suburbs. And the host father was American and the host mother was Asian. She was from, oh my God, what is the name of that country? She was from Vietnam. Okay, so the family was half American and half Vietnamese. And guys, it was tough. The first family was a disaster. It was tough. It was really hard. Living with them was difficult. They were not bad people. That's not what I mean. But we had some cultural differences, and I wasn't happy because before going to the United States, I told them that I wanted to go to Harvard. And to take the classes at Harvard, you have a schedule. I have to respect the schedule at Harvard. So I told them, well, I need to have all my Saturdays free because I need to go to Harvard and stay there all day to study. And they were like, sure, of course, come. You're going to Harvard. It's okay. When I got there, they changed my schedule. They changed my schedule in a crazy, crazy, messed up kind of way. And I have a very strong personality. I follow agreements. You agree with me on something, I will stick to it. But if you change without telling me, I get angry. So it was very miserable. And another cultural shock. They encouraged the little boy. There was a little boy, a 2-year-old, amazing little boy, Sean, that was his name. And the other little boy was a baby, newborn, Adam, that was his name. He wasn't born when I got there. And the little boy started calling me Nanny. He didn't call me by my name. And everybody started calling me Nanny in the house. And I was like, no, my name is Priscilla. Don't call me Nanny. That is so rude. In my culture, that was very rude. You don't call your employee by the employee term. Okay, even the waiter, you don't call, hey waiter. Well, maybe in some places here in Brazil, yes, but they called me Nanny all the time. Hey, Nanny. And I was like, that's not my name. That's not my name. That's not my name. And I started to feel offended by that. So we started to have these differences, okay? The mother called me by my name, but when they were with the little kid, they encouraged the little boy to call me Nanny. And I corrected the little boy. I said, no, sweetie, it's Priscilla. 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 Or Prix. And I started to feel the differences. They were not paying me. They were late with the payments. I was like, what is going on? They weren't paying me. And I needed the money because that was the agreement in the program. They had to pay me every week. 1 month passed and they hadn't given me $1. So I was like, this is not working out. And you see, when you travel abroad and you don't speak English, you are in big trouble. Because when I started to have these problems with the host family, I got in contact with the coordinator, okay? I got in contact with the coordinator of the program and I explained the situation to her. I could stand up for myself. And I told her, look, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. I don't like it, I don't like it. This is not right, this is not fair. What's going on? But I met many girls in my group because we had a group of girls that went on the same during the same period. And because they didn't speak English, they were having horrible problems. And they were like, I don't know how to speak. I don't know how to describe my situation. How do I get help? And that was really tough. Hi, Patricia, how are you? And that was really, really difficult because sometimes you have problems. It happens. It's part of an international program. But if you don't know how to explain your situation, how do you do it? Sometimes I helped some of my friends by talking to the host parents, explaining what was happening, because my friends couldn't do it. So it's important that you prepare for some difficult conversations. And when you travel abroad, sometimes you have. And not just with like the au pair, like the host family. I had difficult conversations with my Harvard teachers. Yes. I had serious conversations with my Harvard professors because one of them was doing something that I didn't agree with. So I exposed my opinion. I really shared my point of view. So it's important to know that. So I asked for a rematch. This is also a very common term in this program. When you ask for a rematch, do you know what a rematch is? Tell me here, yes, hashtag no. Hashtag yes, hashtag no. Why didn't you like being in Tennessee? Because I didn't see any program that I liked, okay? I didn't see any course for my level because I was already fluent. So I was really trying to find a program that would give me the possibility of going to a really good school. I didn't want to waste my time taking an English course, okay? Because I was a teacher. So I really needed to find something that would step up my English. And that is not that simple, okay, for someone who's already fluent. As a student, it's easy. You will find many programs. But as a teacher, that changes a little, okay? Okay, so rematch means to change, okay? I want a new family. So I will match with another family. You know Tinder? Ah, who knows Tinder? You gotta match. No, I don't like this one. Rematch. Match with another one. Ah. Lonely single people. I know, yeah. So I asked for a rematch. I asked for a change, okay? I didn't want my family. I was like, this family is crazy. I want a new family. So I asked for a new family because I wasn't happy. And I found a new family. I got a new family and I moved to Boston. Okay, yes, I went to Boston. People laugh, huh? Tinder people. How to spell LOL? L-O-L. L-O-L. So it's so now you know rematch, and I think you will never forget because of Tinder. So see, Tinder can help you learn English. What? Anyway, guys, as I was saying, I asked for a rematch, and then I got a new family in the heart of Boston. In the center, downtown. I'm using many synonyms. In the heart of Boston, in the center of Boston, downtown. And on top of that, when I told them, hey, I need my Saturdays to go to Harvard, they were like, sweetie, no problems. We need you from Monday to Friday. On the weekends, you are free. Do whatever you want. You can do anything you want. And I was like, loving you. I loved my family. I was like, I love you. That's what I want. And I found them. Now, there was a catch. I love this new family. I still have them on Facebook. You know, they're my friends on Facebook. I love the kids very much. But the kids were tough, you know. And I worked many hours from Monday to Friday. Sometimes I had to stay with the kids at night because the parents had to travel. Sometimes they had to travel. So I would stay with the kids all night. I mean, they would go to sleep. But the little girl, she would always wake up in the middle of the night and she would come to my bedroom. I'm not a mother, okay? Are you a mother? How many mothers do we have here? Mothers, where are you? Mothers, mother, we just can't get enough. Mothers, tell me who you are. If you are a mother, say yes, because you will connect with this. Sometimes the little girl would wake up in the middle of the night and go to my bedroom. And she would sleep in my bed. And she would attack me all night. Psh, 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 psh. Feet, leg. Sometimes she would hug on my neck. And I was like, what is wrong with this little child? She's killing me. She's killing me softly. And she was so small. And she was killing me every time she did that. I was like, what? Did this happen to you, mothers? Because how do you survive 10 years, 10 years of this? The kids like, it was awful. But it was okay. They were lovely kids, you know, the kids were amazing, but this was a shock to me because I don't have kids, you know, and that was very painful. I would wake up in the morning feeling like that I hadn't slept at all because my body hurt. My body hurt in so many places that I couldn't figure it out because I saw the little girl was like, how? You're so little and you're killing me. A mystery to me. Mystery, mystery, mystery. Congratulations, mothers, because you're amazing. You're amazing, like seriously. So I took care of the kids and I was able to go to Harvard. But my happiness didn't end there. The host family paid for my Harvard courses because when you join the au pair program, the family needs to pay for a small part of your program. You choose a course and then they pay part of it, but not 100%, okay? Not. It's not mandatory in the program for them to pay 100%. But because they were really nice, they paid 100%. Not in one course, but in the 2 courses I took at Harvard. They paid for me and I was like, what? It was so awesome. So I went to Harvard. Now, how to get into Harvard? You need money. You have money, you have good chances of going to Harvard. Now, guys, seriously, how do you get into Harvard? There is Harvard University, where you go and you take an undergraduate course or a master's degree or a PhD. That was not my case, okay? These were not my situations. I took an extra course at Harvard, non-credit courses. And pretty much in this case, all you need is money and English. If you have money and a good English level, then you do a test, you pay the fee, and you join, okay? So that's basically that. So when I went to Harvard, I got the program guidelines and I knew I had to take a test to check my level because there were different courses. There were different English courses there from level A to level professional, okay? E, professional. And when you don't know anything, you go to level A or level B. But these are not really cool courses. I wanted to do the professional one because that's where things get very interesting. And then I took the test. I went to the school, the test was all morning. And when I got there, I heard a Brazilian girl speaking to other Brazilian people. Because it's impossible not to find Brazilian people. Brazilian people are everywhere. Oh, me. There you are. Brazilian people were everywhere. And when I was there at Harvard, sitting down, preparing myself to do the test, I was very, very nervous. Because I needed to get to the last level. I had to, because I had to. I really had to take the professional course. And then I hear the Brazilian girl, oh, guys, this is my 4th time taking the test. This is really hard. And I've been living here for I don't remember how long, but she had been living in Boston for some time. And she said, guys, the test is very difficult. And I was like, what? I turned around. Turn around. What did you say? And then she was like, oh, you're Brazilian too. And I was like, yeah. And apparently, I'm a sad Brazilian because I will not pass the test. And she said, no, if you don't pass, you will get to level C, level B. But then the course is very basic. And I was like, no, I can't. I said, no, it's too expensive for me to pay for a basic course. So she said the course was very difficult, the test was very difficult, the listening test was extremely hard, the grammar test was extremely hard, everything was hard. So I started the test more stressed than when I had arrived. So my second piece of advice to you is, don't listen to people, okay? That was her perception of the level of the test. And this is very messed up because what I see as difficult may be simple to you. And what she may see as difficult may be easy for me. And because of that, she already made me stressed out. Because she said, well, no, she had been trying the test many times and she couldn't pass. So don't let external opinions affect you. Don't let what other people say affect you. Stop you from trying. Stop you from going after what you want. Okay, this is very important. Don't let that happen to you. From the moment you start listening to people around you, you're screwed. Okay, you will begin to doubt yourself, stop believing in yourself, and that is a very serious problem. Okay, so watch out. Don't let people tell you how far you can go, because honestly, My own family, not my parents, okay? My parents and my brother and sister, believe me. But some members in my family, my some relatives didn't believe when I said I was going to Boston. Family, blood. So be careful, because not everyone will make you motivated. They will bring you down simply by sharing their opinion. Okay, so it's a complicated situation. But I did the test, and when I got home, my host family was like, "Wow, you don't look so happy." And I was like, "Well, the test was very difficult. I don't know." Well, needless to say, when I got my results, I got to level E, professional. And I was like, "Yes, I got to professional. Wee, wee, wee." I got to professional. I got to level E. And it was amazing because the professional level was tough, okay? I had to do many activities, many presentations, many exercises. We had to read a book. Let's see if I have one model. Okay. Basically, we had to read one book that was like this length, okay? Like 500, 600. Oh well. 500 and 600 pages. Every week we had to read some pages and we had to discuss with the other students. And it was tough English, okay? Like really complicated stuff. So it was an incredible opportunity for me to master my English, master my all the English skills, learn strategies from my professor, and really what is the word? I forgot. To model him, to really focus on his techniques, on the way he worked with the students, and bring that to me, okay? Really bring that experience to me, okay? That was a very interesting experience that I am going to be forever grateful for my host family, because they really paid for the two courses I took. The first course was professional communication in English, and the second was business English. Now, some people may think that I learned, how to speak this phrasal verb of a business meeting. No. And business English is much more than knowing some fixed expressions of business. It's so much more than that. It's about being able to negotiate, using the English you have to convince people of what you have to offer, to be clear. Most of you come to me and say, "Oh, you're so easy to understand." Well, yes, I practice that to help you do the same, okay? To help you do the same. That's my goal. Now, guys, going to Harvard was incredible. I make friends there. Because my level was E, in my group, there was one more Brazilian student. We were the only Brazilians. The others were, there was a Mexican girl. All the others were European, Asian. Yeah, there were some people from France, from Italy no, Spain, from Russia, from Turkey, from China, from Japan. Oh, the Japanese guy was really cool. He was really nice, very friendly. There were some other countries I don't remember, but I was able to interact with many different people and learn cultural things, not just about America, but about people who go to America. And sometimes we go abroad and we think, "Oh, I'm gonna talk to Americans." Well, no. I'm sorry to break it to you. Maybe you will talk to the professor, to the instructor, but to friends, it is hard to make American friends. Okay? It's not that simple to make foreign friends like American friends. It's possible. I made some, okay? I made some friends, but it's not so common. You usually, Carlos, English, okay? It's no Portuguese. Am I speaking Portuguese? Can you hear Portuguese here? Am I speaking Portuguese? No, right? Yeah, because I help students talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. That's how I help you. So in the chat, we have to keep the circle of virtuous circle of fluency. English anywhere, anytime. And I saw some people posting Spanish. No Spanish either. No Italian, no Chinese, English, okay? So I was able to make some international friends and practice English, and it was hard. At Harvard, we had to do a lot of group work, and sometimes I had to analyze my friends' work, and analyzing my friends' work was a full-time job, because what happened to my Asian friends at Harvard was that they could understand English, but they couldn't speak. So remove comments. I'm not very flexible when I don't see English, you know. I see other languages, I'm like, yeah. So helping my friends was a full-time job, and that was very, very complicated. One thing that I noticed while I was living abroad and talking to people was I had the information I learned from books, from traditional schools, from the materials that I had available for me in Brazil. And when I got there, I'm not saying they were wrong, they were right. I mean, the lessons and stuff. But I realized that there was a difference in the level of formality. And there were some things I said that sounded too formal. And they were like, why are you saying that? I mean, can you be more laid back? Do you know laid back? Do you know this word? Don't translate, okay? I'm asking in English. Do you know laid back? Do you know the Muffin Man? Laid back. Do you know what laid back means? Tell me hashtag yes, hashtag no. Laid back. It's an adjective, okay? So they told me, hey, chill, woman. Be more laid back. So I started to identify some choice of words I made, some expressions I used, some questions I asked, some modal verbs I used. And today here on Instagram, I made a post and most people answered the formal one, okay? And that's not how they say it, okay? So laid back means calm and relaxed, okay? So if you are a laid back person, it means you're calm and cool and relaxed. That's what it means, okay? Did you understand? Did you understand laid back? So let me know, okay? So laid back, calm, relaxed. Americans are laid back. Now, do you want to know the opposite of laid back? Do you want to know the opposite? I won't tell. Oh, I see people understand. Okay, that's good. Okay. Now the opposite would be uptight. So this would be an option, okay? So the opposite of laid back would be uptight. So it would be, because uptight means an anxious person, maybe angry, you know, not relaxed. So you're too uptight, relax, be more laid back. So that's important. So I started to realize that even though I was being formal and polite, sometimes I was sounding too formal and in unnecessary situations. And many courses fail to show students that, hey, you don't need to do that. You can be more relaxed. You don't need this formal language to be able to communicate, okay? And this is something that I always talk to my students in my academy, to my friends. Be careful with the choice of words. Today I showed you here on Instagram, may I have a soda? Can I have a soda? I'll have a soda. You don't need to be formal with may. It's actually, that's not what you should say. Is it okay? Yes, but it is a little bit more formal. And depending on where you go, people will immediately know you're a foreigner. They'll be like, oh, he's a student. May I have? May I have a word? It's possible, okay? Okay. But it depends on the place, depends on the time. You go to a fast food restaurant, you go to McDonald's, you're going to be like, may I have Big Mac? No. Big Mac, large soda, large fries, large everything to go. Thank you. That'll be all. So fluency is communication. And that's what I started to realize when I traveled abroad. You know where I got the anyone, anywhere, anytime in English? Do you want to know where I got this? Do you know the story of anyone, anywhere, anytime? Do you want to know? Hashtag yes or hashtag no? If I don't get enough yeses, I will not tell my story. I refuse to tell my story. So do you want to know the anyone, anywhere, anytime? Hashtag yes, hashtag no, hashtag yes. You know the drill. Do you know this expression? You know the drill? Sometimes I use some expressions the students don't even pay attention. They say, you speak basic vocabulary. Sure, but you're not paying attention to the words I use. So some people want, some people said yes, interested, no. So Hisham, go away, bye. Awesome. Clara says yes. Wallace. Castigara says yes. Jose says yes. I know it's awesome to say people who say no. So what are you doing here? I mean, oh my goodness. It's so funny to see. But I'm asking so many questions that sometimes the person is saying no to something else. So it could be that, you know. That's nice. Now, you know, when I went to Boston, as I told you, Boston was my second choice. I wanted to go to England. I wanted to go to London. But when I started my English journey, basic, I loved the British English. I was really fond of the British accent, and I tried awfully hard to come up with a terrible accent of British. I was utterly disturbed when my Harvard professor told me that, sweetie, your accent sucks. I'm really exaggerating. This is really bad, really bad, okay? So I really tried. And back then I was really good at it, but it was not nice and it was not clear. Because if you pay attention to British people in general, they're not so clear communicators, okay? They are not clear communicators at all. So when I got to my business classes, my professor at Harvard, I started making my presentation. He was like, what are you doing? And I was like, well, I'm making my presentation. And he was like, what is this? The pronunciation. And I was like, well, that's British. And he said, I know, but that's not British. And I said, well, why not? Because you're not British. You're not British. How are you trying to fake a British accent if you're not British? And at that moment, I understood. He asked me, well, you're here, you're studying business English. Do you want to talk to anyone, you know, anywhere? He didn't literally say anyone, anywhere, anytime, okay? But that was his idea. Do you want to speak to the world? That's what he said. Do you want to speak to the world? You need to have international English that is very clear, that anyone can understand. But if you focus on British English, you will limit your communication. You are not a native a British speaker. So use a more international English. You don't need to make, to fake an American accent either. No, it's fine. But use a clear language, clear vocabulary. Don't use British idioms. I used a lot of British idioms. So use clear language that anyone can understand. That way you're going to be more successful. It'll be easier to understand you. And we are in America. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Then he gave me a book. He gave me a book on phonetics. That's when I started working really hard to, well, get back on the American train. Yup, shoo, shoo. And I started working on my American intonation and pronunciation and really improve my communication. So if today you think, wow, it is so much easier to understand you, it's because I work really hard to be very clear, to enunciate the words clearly, because that's the job of a communicator. That's the job of a teacher. He or she needs to be very clear, to enunciate the words well, Okay, you know, I was listening to an interview with Ariana Grande, the singer Ariana Grande, and they were making a kind of a joke with her because there was a song she was singing and they couldn't really understand what she was saying. And then she said, well, it's because I can't really enunciate words so well. Native speaker. This happens to many people. Sometimes in their life, they didn't get the necessary training to enunciate words clearly. This was a long time ago. She's doing much better nowadays. You get better with time. So, enunciation of words is important. I've been working for the past 10 years to get better at that, working closely on phonetics and pronunciation and intonation so that I could speak to as many people as possible. And I noticed that after I started doing that, my friends at Harvard started giving me really positive feedback that, wow, it's so much better now. You are doing great. Because we had to constantly give feedback to each other. So it was a very, very nice experience, really, really good. So what I learned there was really valuable because I started to pay attention to conversations in English, the level of formality, when to be formal, when to be informal. And I imagine that for many of you who are going to travel abroad, you are going to be using informal conversation when you go to a shopping mall or even when you go to school. Okay, it depends on the course, because I think that for students, you're my students. Okay, even if you are not in my academy, you are a student. You watch my channel, you watch my lessons, so you're here, you know, you're part of the gang. I think that it'll be difficult for you to get to a, not difficult, but I don't know that if you, when you go to a program, you will choose a professional program. I think some people may choose a business English, but even a business English, I don't like the business programs because they focus on a lot of unnecessary vocabulary that when you go to the real world in a real meeting, that's not really what they use. And I have been to many meetings. Okay, I worked at financial institutions for 4 years. Before that, I had business experience, and I witnessed many interviews, many meetings in English, many exercises in English, and the conversations were not like all those really beautiful, cool expressions from business books. Okay, the real English is different. And when I started to look around and observe my host family, my host mother was a consultant for Deloitte, so I listened to some of her meetings. Sometimes she it was at night and I was like doing something in the kitchen and she was having meetings, so I would listen to pay attention. And I realized that, wow, she was really making conversations simpler. She was not using anything particularly different or special just because she was at a meeting. And that is very important for students to understand. Sometimes you learn difficult expressions, difficult vocabulary that you're never going to use. This happened to me a lot when I got to the US because I really like to study vocabulary. But when I got to America, I realized that, wow, maybe I shouldn't have studied so many complicated things because I don't really use them. I learned new things, of course, but I realized that I was complicating things. When going to shopping malls, I started to see real clothing vocabulary. Wow, I didn't know this. I didn't know that. Oh, interesting. And I started to identify that books don't always show you what people use in the real world. One thing that I talk to my students is, one recommendation that I like to give is, you're going to travel abroad and you want to go shopping. Before you go shopping, go online to an American store or Canadian or Australian, depends on where you're going, and check some outfits. You will be shocked that they're going to use different words, different from the, okay, we have the standard words, of course, dress, shirt, t-shirt, pants, jeans, but they have a lot of extra different informal ways to describe vocabulary in English. Okay, and this is something that I started to identify and learn. That's why I believe that nowadays on my channel, I make communication simple, I make communication easy, so that you guys can understand, okay? So if you are going to travel abroad someday, maybe in the future, maybe in a year, you have to start preparing yourself for specific situations. First, I think you have to prepare yourself by taking a course, maybe mine, not open right now. You missed the boat. I don't know when I'm going to open it again. And study and prepare for conversations in English, for communication. Follow the virtuous circle of fluency that I always talk about, and study the different skills. Really prepare yourself for different kinds of conversations. I remember that one of my most I think my favorite experiences with my host mom, with my host dad, was that we talked about different things. We just didn't talk about my day. We talked about different things because I was fluent, so I could have that kind of conversation, different kinds of conversation. And that was amazing to me because that's not usually what people do. That's not what usually people go through when they travel abroad. They have very limited conversations. Actually, when I traveled, I had to help many people around because they didn't speak English. Their English was very limited. So I was able to help many friends while I lived abroad because they couldn't really communicate. So you don't need to travel abroad to learn to talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime. You can do that by choosing a good program, studying. And someone said, oh, why are English courses so expensive? I don't think English courses are expensive. He said in Brazil, why are English courses expensive in Brazil? I don't think they are, because if you go abroad, then you will see what expensive is. These courses are expensive in the United States. So if you really make the investment, you are going to pay a huge amount of money. On the other hand, my program, for example, is $380. But when you go to the US, you cannot pay for a course like that. A good course? No, you cannot. But teacher, there are free courses in America. Yes, good luck. Good luck. Go. Do it. Then come back to me and tell me. Let me know. Okay, let me know. Good intentions, but bad method. Okay? Sorry. Good intentions, and I applaud good intentions, but good intentions are not enough. You need professionalism, you need a methodology, you need good teachers, you need people that are really committed to helping people learn. And that is not always the case, okay? So that is a problem. Now, if you're going as a tourist, going on vacation, I think that you really need to start thinking about some kinds of communication, some kinds of conversations that you're going to have during your free time. When you're walking around, when you're going around Disney. I've been to Disney, it's pretty cool. Or when you're at a shopping mall, at a store, at a bookshop. There are so many possible little conversations that you can have. And it's important to prepare for that realistically. As I said, you are not going to Starbucks and say, may I have a cappuccino, please? That's too formal for a freaking coffee shop. But if you're going to a 5-star hotel restaurant at night and you're all dressed up. Oh, hello, good evening. Oh, what a lovely night. Oh, can I see the menu, please? Oh, thank you. Well, I'm ready to order. May I have well, what's this? Oh, thank you very much. Well, so may I have this dish? And a side of French fries. I am that kind of person. I go to the fanciest restaurants, the most, like really, and I always order a side of French fries. I'm like, damn, I need my French fries and ketchup. What? Of course. I really try to be the person that, no, I will have a Greek salad and a Mediterranean fish. No, I'll have the spaghetti and French fries. Do they match? No, but I want them. I want it. I got it. But anyway, my friends, it is important to prepare for the right kind of occasion. What happens if you go to a hospital and you need to explain yourself? I got sick in Boston. Not once, not twice, 4 times. And I had to talk to doctors and explain. intimate things, you know? Things that happened to me and I didn't want anyone to know. But I had to talk about it. And what are you gonna do? Courses don't teach you how to talk about that. They don't. It's humiliating, you know, but it's life. So with that in mind, I am preparing a very nice workshop. If you're enjoying this lesson, you're going to enjoy the workshop. Tell me, are you enjoying this lesson? Hashtag yes, hashtag no. Are you enjoying this lesson? Tell me here. There are 64 people on Facebook, 60 people on YouTube, 30 people on Instagram. So tell me, are you enjoying this lesson? Hashtag yes, hashtag no. I probably see some no's. No, I'm not enjoying. I like to watch you because I don't like you. I like, but I don't like. Well, I like, but I don't like. Yeah. So if you're enjoying it, that is pretty cool. That is pretty awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Are you learning information? Are you getting value with this lesson? Because value is an important hashtag here whenever you're learning something useful. Value, okay? When I traveled abroad, I didn't have a lot of information. I didn't know a lot of stuff. And nowadays with the internet, it's possible for you to prepare yourself so that you can have a better experience, so that you can have fun, so that you can relax and enjoy the moment. So many students panic because of immigration. Oh my God, I have a wonderful time at immigration. I love talking to them. I have nothing to hide. I'm not a criminal, smooth criminal. I'm okay, I'm legal. So why are you so afraid? Are they gonna be angry? Are they gonna... Oh, I don't have it here. Are they gonna get a... Oh, I really don't have it. Where did it go? Like a rule and smash it on your hand? You mispronounced your name. Ugly student. No, okay? You don't need to complicate things. You can make it simple. And with that in mind, next Thursday, not today, next Thursday, I will be doing a closed workshop, not here on YouTube. It'll be via Zoom, only for the people who register. It's not free. I can already tell you that, but it's not expensive. It's not $1,000. It's not $300. It's not $400. $800, no. $10,000, no. That would be nice, but no. And in this workshop, I'm gonna be giving you more information about vacation, travel. Maybe you're not traveling on vacation. Maybe you have to do something abroad and you need to travel. Maybe you have nothing planned, but you wanna know more about how to communicate in the real world. When you go to a coffee shop, when you go to a restaurant, when you are at immigration, what kind of questions do you really need to know? What should you be careful about? Some students give too much information when they go through immigration. Not cool. Just give the necessary, and I'm going to be talking about that. Shopping. When you want to shop in America, you need to prepare for some things, or in Australia, or in Canada, or in Europe. There are some things that you need to better understand. And I'm going to be talking about 7 important points. When you go to a hotel, many people are worried about the check-in, but what are some other problems that you may have at a hotel? I was talking to a BSA yesterday, and she had a hilarious problem in her hotel room, and she didn't know what to say. Then I told her, hey, why didn't you say that? It's simple. You have to make English simple in emergency. I was at a hospital. I couldn't open my eyes. I don't know what happened. I had an allergic reaction. I had to make English simple. First, because I was sick. And second, because you don't need to complicate things. So it is going to be a survival English experience. It is going to happen next Thursday, okay? And people here on YouTube and people here on Facebook, I just sent the link here in the chat. People on Instagram, the link is in my description. If you touch my name, that's my name, well, Priscilla, my name, you will see the link. And in this closed workshop, we're gonna talk about that. I'll be able to tell you more experiences, give you more guidelines so that you can have a better experience. Maybe not right now, but on your next trip, because it is going to happen. You have no idea how many people come to me with a last minute request. Teacher, I'm traveling next week. Can you help me? No, no, I'm kidding. I helped. I feel bad. But take the time to understand the culture, understand more what you should say. This workshop is going to be amazing. And as I said, it's not going to be $1,000. It's not going to be $500. It's not going to be $100. It's not going to be $50. It's going to be $9.97. $9.97, okay? So this is the price so that you can join this workshop. It'll be live. It'll be about 2 hours, more or less. There will be breaks, don't worry. And then after the workshop is over, you will be able to access the replay for 3 days. It'll be available for you to catch the replay, rewatch, laugh again. Oh my God. I forgot. Sorry, people on YouTube, people on Facebook. I cannot push the button 9. It's a shortcut in my computer. When I push number 9, it goes on my introduction video, like the letters, Teacher Prix, anyone, anywhere, anytime. So I'm sorry about that. So it's only $9.97. Okay. The workshop is going to be next week. And if you are having fun right now, I am sure you're going to have a wonderful time with me next Thursday, okay? As I said, it's not 1,000, not 10,000, not 100, not 50, but just $9, okay? We're gonna hang out and have a wonderful time. It will not be available here on YouTube, okay? So that's why you gotta guarantee your spot. Other than that, my friends, mwah, thank you so much. I will see you next time. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye, Instagram.